hello everybody, and welcome to the third installment of the WhatsApp Chatbot webinar brought to you by the Engati Chatbot Building Platform. And my name is Rahul, and I'm a product evangelist at Engati.
Hi guys, I'm Drishti and I'm a customer success engineer at Engati, and we are your hosts for this exciting event today.
So we have people from all over the world joining us today, and we cannot express how grateful we are for all the love that you all have been showing for this webinar series.
That's right. And this isn't just a chatbot building webinar series anymore. We have global experts from different fields of technology coming to our show, shedding light on various aspects of how we can improve customer service. And this has evolved into a completely enriching experience. And similarly, today we have a digital transformation and CX expert, Davidaverncom, joining with us on the show. But before we jump into all that awesomeness, let us begin with a quick introduction to Engati.
Engati is the world's leading multilingual no-code chatbot platform, automating your customer and employee processes. We let you build once and deploy across 14 plus channels. That includes WhatsApp, Messenger, Slack, Teams, and 10 others in less than 7 minutes. We've had 30,000 bots deployed in over 186 countries and 150 plus bot templates for you to choose from.
That's right, Rahul. So, do you think the world has changed a lot?
Oh, I know, right? Totally. I mean, they don't even use a lot of cheese and cheese burst pizzas anymore. Oh, and plus they replaced Ben Affleck as Batman, and that breaks my heart.
No, God, Rahul. Really, you're still stuck with food and movies, right? Start thinking big. I'm talking about the way the business operate these days. Like everything is mobile and digital, and this is a new phase of technology that we are seeing. So, do you know what this is called?
I don't know, the rise of mobile phone, or maybe the game of phones.
No, Rahul, it's digital transformation. Get your head outside the TV screen sometimes.
Yeah. So what exactly is digital transformation?
So, digital transformation is the use of new emerging technologies to solve business problems. Like it is transforming processes that are manual and repetitive to more of automating the process. So, in a nutshell, what I can say is that use of technologies to make our lives easier.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so let me give you an example.
Mhm.
So 10 years ago from today, if your dad or your mom had to do a banking process, say check a balance in their account, how would they go about doing that?
Oh, well, my dad will start about cribbing, about standing in that long line right at home, then get all his documents, go to the bank, stand in the queue. And while he does that, complain about the government to the people around, and then reach the bank guy, then maybe check his, account balance.
Yeah, right. And how do you do that?
Oh, well, that's simple. I have an app in my phone. I enter my bank details and boom, I see all my details there.
Exactly. This is how simple it is for us today, right? Like these technology apps, everything has made it so easier that we do not have to be physically present in a store or in a bank to get our process done. All we have to do is just take up your phone, switch between apps, make a 2, 3 clicks of your buttons, and bam, it's done.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now that you're telling me all this, I just remember that we can even order pizzas, and that's so much simpler now, right? I mean, you even get to custom make your own pizzas with, the amazing toppings. And that's right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. Back to your food, aren't you, Rahul? But yeah, that is right. Like that is one of the best examples that we can give. And this is the new future. And it's about time that we are all educated about what digital transformation is.
That's right. And today we have brought somebody perfect to talk about digital transformation on the show.
Exactly. So the next presenter, that is David, is one of the most popular marketing and customer experience speakers and consultants in the world today. In fact, over the past 20 years, he has shared insightful lessons on competitive advantage with leaders and teams from thousands of organizations across North America and in 24 countries around the world, including recent presentations in Singapore, Bangkok, London, Manila, Sydney, Barcelona, Abu Dhabi, Sri Lanka, Johannesburg, and Dubai. He acknowledges that having someone else read all those cities makes him look a far less arrogant than he did himself. But then again, who do you think wrote this introduction?
Yeah, and he's the author of 5 books, including the acclaimed It's Not Who You Know, It's Who Knows You, Visibility Marketing, and his newest customer experience book, Why Customers Leave and How to Win Them Back is not only available in English, but is being published in Chinese, Russian, Spanish, Vietnamese, and coming soon in India as well. So get ready to learn and to laugh. Let's give it up for David Avron, everybody.
Welcome to the show, David.
Hi, David.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's great to be a part of this today. It's an exciting time. It's a challenging time in the world, but it's an exciting time in digital transformation. So here's a question. Imagine a world where businesses didn't close. I mean, imagine a world where after hours, everybody was available to answer questions, to order products, to troubleshoot technology issues as well. Imagine a world where you could buy anything at any time of day or night. You could have questions answered at any time, anywhere in the world. Imagine a world where you could learn anything that's ever been said or written down in the history of history from anywhere on the planet in the palm of your hands. It's not science fiction. You don't have to imagine it. It's today. It's the world that we live in. It's 2020. It's what was, as you talk about your mom and dad and how they would go and do business at the bank. That was my life. That was everybody's life. Think about it. Coming up in the next month, they're going to introduce the new iPhone, the iPhone 12. That means essentially 12 years since that technology. How has our world changed? Everything that we need that we used to have to wait for or call somebody on the phone or wait for them to open. If we wanted to do banking, as you mentioned, we had to do it during banking hours. If we needed money on the weekends, we had to make sure that we planned ahead so that we could do that. If we wanted to buy things at stores, we had to go to the store when they were open. We had to drive there and search there or compare. We get in our car, we drive to another store, and we compare there. How much has the world changed? Digital transformation has already happened, and it's happening more and more all the time. In that 12 years since the iPhone and all the technological changes, but also even more so during the pandemic, during COVID-19. To a great extent, it has accelerated what has long been predicted about how we will do business. We think back some of the old science fiction movies and the television shows, and then we would have telephone calls on video, and we would be able to see the other person. That's every day. My kids, who are teenagers and in their 20s, that's just Thursday for them. For me, it's magic. As you had talked about, people would stand in the bank. I'm a speaker. I speak all over the world. I consult. I work with organizations, and I get done and they hand me a check. And I go in the back of the Uber or back at the hotel, I sign the back, I put it on a table, and I take a picture of it. That's my banking. That is my customer experience with a bank. That experience isn't about, so tell us, do you have any good plans for the weekend? 90+% of our transactions now with banks involve no people whatsoever. It's not customer service, it's customer experience. How do we experience doing business with businesses? And of course, during COVID-19, things have changed even more. To a great extent, as I said, it's accelerated what has long been predicted about how the world would look in 10 years. But it's not 10 years anymore. It's today. We're having our food delivered. We're learning that we can work at home. Buildings are being designed differently, not because of a pandemic, but because what we've learned during this time. I think history will record this as a time of remarkable innovation. If necessity is the mother of invention, we've had a tremendous need. How do we continue to do business? How do we continue to connect and learn and grow and share in relationships when we can't necessarily be in physical proximity? But it's the same thing for our customers and clients as well. How do we connect? How do we meet together as teams and others? And we're finding there's certain ways that this works very, very well. But then some others that we probably are realizing that we need to get in the same room. We need to have an opportunity to have a conversation and see each other face to face. Even when meetings come back in events, as I begin to travel again, there will always be some measure of hybrid of those conversations. But we're learning to do business differently. And in that, the world has changed. Your customers have changed. It began decades ago, but it's only accelerated during this time. their expectations for access and expediency and answers and the ability to order and to buy and to do everything without you has changed and it's grown. But here's the irony. Despite all of the tremendous changes and advancements in technology, only a small fraction of companies, probably less than 20% of companies, have adopted an always-on business model to accommodate their always connected customers. It's not that technology isn't available, for it is. It's just not everyone has yet embraced it. So I want to talk in the very short time that I have here about how do we embrace that technology? How do we serve our customers better, create a better experience? Hang on a second, I'm going to move those poles out of my way here. How do we create that better experience and meet the expectations of our changing customers and clients, because they are changing. The only question is, are we changing as well? I speak for a living and I'm at different conferences, and I'll hear speakers still say things like, listen, technology changes and markets change, but people don't change. And I'm like, are you kidding? Of course we changed. Of course we've changed tremendously. I'm going to find a way to move that. There you go. Anybody notice that your customers or clients are getting more impatient, are getting a little more demanding? Of course they are, because they can, because we all are, because of the information that's available in our hands. We're used to be able to get answers quickly. And if we can't get them from you, we're going to get them from someone else, right? So because we as customers, and it doesn't matter if you're B2C or B2B, we're used to getting what we want and getting it quickly. And if we can't get it from you, not only will we be upset, sometimes we'll go online and we'll tell others. Because today we don't want to wait. Probably if there's a number one complaint is having to wait for anything. We call someone on the phone, we call a business and they give us that same line. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed. And then you listen to their entire human resource system and all their employees before you get to what you want, which is the chance to talk to a real person. But then you're on hold for 10 minutes or 20 or 30 minutes or longer. We don't want to stand in line, virtually, on the phone, or otherwise. We don't want to be in line or online. We want to be online. We want to be able to search for answers and get product information and buy and get our answers, our questions answered quickly. And sometimes that involves a real person. But when we know that 90% of the questions are fairly common, there's ways of getting that information very, very quickly. Now, the antiquated way of doing that is FAQs, frequently asked questions, or the traditional chat feature where we are waiting for someone else, or even the ancient form of what that chat bot was. And I'll tell you, I am late to the dance. I was not a fan, but I am today, because what's happened has been remarkable, and it has converted me. And the difference today is artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is your way of being open 24/7, of being able to allow your customers and clients to have immediate access to information and products and answers to their questions quickly. Now, for those who want a real person, that human takeover, that intervention is also available as well. And the biggest mistake I think businesses make when they look at chatbots and others is they outsource the information. They think, oh, good, now we don't have to hire people. We'll just let the chat. It's part of an integrated system. It's part of that overall customer experience strategy that says we help people get information and answers their questions quickly without standing in line. But those that want to talk to a real person, that's available as well. It's giving them options. Today, the ideal customer experience is being remarkably easy to do business with. And part of that is being able to answer their questions quickly. Some of the new technologies, and Engati is going to talk about that in a few minutes. It's remarkable what's going on. And what it does, it enhances your customers' access to information. And it enhances their perception of their own experience. Well, how does that work? It works because of machine learning. It's not static answers that are uploaded into a system. If they get this question, they get this answer. It's always learning. Every question that's asked, every answer that's right or wrong goes into a system and it's cross-referenced. And next time it gets better and it gets better. And that's already been happening for years. The state of the industry today of artificial intelligence and those companies who are deploying it well is remarkable. The whole idea to be able to ask a computer, a bot, a robot, a question and get a meaningful answer, a conversational answer, is like science fiction. I mean, can you imagine being able to ask a question verbally about anything in the universe, in the world, and getting an answer? I mean, is that not amazing? No, it's not amazing. It's every day. It's Alexa. It's Google Home. It's Siri on our phone. We've been living with this for years. Remember when Siri first came out years ago, it was okay. Today it's great. Alexa is amazing. I have 7 of them around my house because it's just easy no matter where I am. Alexa, set a timer for 22 minutes. 22 minutes starting now. Alexa, how many cups are in 3 liters? And she'll give me the answer. I have no idea what the answer is. But anything that you want to know, we're already living with that every single day. The point is your customers are already comfortable with it. The only question is, when are you going to embrace the technologies that are already available? And they're getting better all the time. As I said, you're going to hear about it in just a few minutes from the folks at Engati. Today, our online version of Alexa and Siri and everything else is the chatbot. And those that are driven by great artificial intelligence that are tailored, excuse me, for all these different industries and then customized for your particular business model are remarkable. And it works because of big data. The more information that's entered, the better it gets, the smarter it gets. And I don't think at some point it's going to be Terminator and taking over the earth, but it can enhance your customer's experience because you can't always be there. You can't staff to extraordinary and unreasonable levels to be able to answer basic questions. Once again, the purpose is not to offload so you don't have to deal with those pesky customers. It's to be able to provide access to easy information, but in a way that's profoundly intelligent and growing. And chat features allow you to do that. Here's the best example. If you're at a hotel and you check in a few days earlier, you're down at the pool and you come back and you realize you forgot your key, your card that will get you back in the room. When you get back to the lobby, do you want to stand in that line of all those people who have a different need than you do? Do you want to stand in that line of everybody looking to check into the hotel, or do you want to be able to bypass that line, ask the simple question that you have, get that key replacement so you can get back to your room? That's what chatbots allow you to do. It allows your customers to bypass that wait, that inevitable wait, and whether it's 6 minutes or 60 minutes, people don't like to wait. And so what this affords them is the opportunity to skip the line. The technology is amazing. And their perception of that customer experience, you can have an amazing company, amazing brand. If your customers, if your clients feel like they have to wait for you, it ruins the impression in their own mind of the experience that they have. And not only will they go to your competitors very quickly if they have to wait, but they'll go online oftentimes and they'll tell everyone. Old guest relations philosophy used to say that the average person with a positive experience would tell 2 or 3 people, but somebody with a negative experience would tell 10 or some version. Friends, none of that's true anymore. Today we tell thousands. Today we tell millions. It's crucial today that you provide access to information, to products, to services, to answers to questions that they may have. And you got to be able to do it 24/7. It was the genesis of my new book, which is called Why Customers Leave and How to Win Them Back. Actually, just recently published in India as well. And we're in all these languages, 6 languages around the world, because it resonates. It was named one of the top 10 top 10 books of 2019 in Forbes because it resonates, because we all know what makes us frustrated with businesses. And it answers the question, why do customers leave? Most often they leave for one simple reason, because they can't. Let's not give them a reason to do. You have a great business. You have a great business model. Don't close. Don't make them wait for that real person, but of course, give them that option as well. Here's the reality. Your customers have already embraced the technology. They live with it every day. Everything that we do on our phone, and we do it 24/7, not because we can't sleep, but because your daytime is my nighttime, and my nighttime is your daytime, and we are truly global. And your customer base has expanded in an amazing and wonderful way. Don't be closed when they want to do business with you or ask questions of you or buy from you. Once again, your customers have embraced the technology. The only question is, are you going to as well? So that's it. Hey, it's a short presentation. I appreciate Engati's invitation to be a part of this today, and I'm happy to stick around for a few minutes if you have questions as well. And I appreciate the opportunity.
That's a pleasure. Guys, thank you so much, David, for that amazing talk you just did there. We have a couple of minutes for a question or two. If anybody has anything, just post it in the Q&A section so we could shoot it away to David directly. Questions, guys?
Just depends on how fast they can type those questions. And I'll tell you as well, look me up online. If you have a question, we don't have time to answer it today. I'm doing some sessions with some great clients around the world as well. And just reach out to me. My contact information is on the site. So I'm happy to stick around for a few minutes. But as we pause for people to type in, but if there's a question that you don't get answered, then feel free to shoot me a private email and I'm happy to respond as well.
So there you go. We have our first question by Prithvi. Prithvi asks, how can we catch up with businesses that have already adopted that always on business mode?
Right. First of all, there's very simple ways of doing it. Everybody doesn't expect to be able to do everything at every hour in the day, but we expect to be able to do some things. If you are a hair salon, if you're a bowling alley, we know we probably can't go bowling at 4 o'clock in the morning, but we should be able to schedule an appointment, schedule a lane for the next day. We should be able to schedule to get our hair cut or something else. So at the very least, either whether you outsource customer service, and there's wonderful resources around the world where you can get a live person to answer the phone. You've got chatbot technology as well that you're going to hear more about, some very exciting technology in a few minutes here as well. But also scheduling apps. There's some very easy integrations into your website as well that allow people to schedule appointments, schedule time, schedule conversations. The biggest mistake that organizations make is when you put nothing but a contact form and you think, well, that's wonderful. They're going to fill out the form and now we get to capture their information so we can market to them later. And the reality is most people, surveys have showed that over 86% of people will not fill out a contact form because they don't know who's going to get it. They have no idea who's going to respond or when. And it's really easy just to go to a competitor and get the answer from them. So whether it's a chatbot, whether it's a way of scheduling online, or even something that says, leave a message here, we will respond within X number of hours, then at least as a customer, I have a confidence, at least I know when that's going to occur. So to answer the question is do something and then do something else. But think about what are the most common questions or issues or desires of your customers and ask yourself the question, can we do that or offer that after we close? And the good news is there's wonderful resources from Engati, from plugins and others as well that will help you do that.
There you have it. I think, Prithvi, that answers your question. Well, thank you so much for asking. I think we're running a little short on time. So if you have any more questions, you can reach out to David directly. David, would you like to shoot in? Where do they reach you?
Just right here. I conveniently put it on the screen right behind me. Just go to Davidaverncom. I work with organizations around the world. But if you have individual questions, it doesn't even matter how many questions, I stay up late at night and I will answer every single one of them. So I'm happy to help in any way. So I appreciate being a part of this. And I'm looking forward to sticking around and learning more about the WhatsApp chatbot as well.
Appreciate that, David. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David.
Okay, so let's just dive in. Let's see what we have for you, Drishti.
Yeah, so let's start with the WhatsApp chatbot building. I guess people are here for that. Mm-hmm. So we can start with the bot building. I can just tell about how we can go about it. So before that, I would request that people can go about building the bot with me. So you can go to Engati.com and register on the portal, and you can start the bot building with me so we can go about it together.
That's right, guys. Just log into app.engati.com. The app, the link is there in the chat section. So you could just log into there. It's pretty simple. Just log in with your socials, Google socials, and you will be in and be ready to build your very first bot. And by the way, Drishti is a very slow bot builder. So it's really easy to build with her, so jump in right again.
We will see.
Yeah.
So, right. as you guys navigate to the portal, let me tell you about what Engati is. So Engati is a conversational flow modeler. So when I tell you this, so it is just a UI where all you have to do is create certain nodes, which would be the paths that or the messages that the users would be seeing on their screen. That is something like hello, welcome, and showing them options or showing them pictures. So connecting all these nodes together, creating different functionalities or paths around it, and then interconnecting those paths, which will create the whole chatbot for you. So that's about it on how you can go about building. And now I guess you would have logged into the portal. So let me share my screen. And yes, we can start with the bot building. So as you can see, when you log into the portal, if you haven't created a bot, you will be able to see a create a bot button, which you can click and select. And if you have created some, you'll be able to see these different cards, which will represent a single bot in your account. So as we had this banking example, Rahul, so let's go about creating a similar bot.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, so let's start with a banking bot. I'll keep the description same. Now there are two ways where you can go about creating the bot. So one is you create the whole bot from scratch. And the second is we have the bot marketplace where you have 150 plus templates to choose from. All you have to do is just select the template and the FAQs. It will come along with the FAQs and the paths created in it.
The URL for the bot store is also available in the chat section. So those of y'all who are there, you can just click in, or you could just find it on the portal itself.
Exactly. So as you go about building the bot, so the first thing is the build section where you can create the whole conversational flow of what your bot would be responding to someone who is coming on the chatbot section. So there are some predefined paths in the bot, like somebody who has come for the first time, then you can have a conversational flow that way. Somebody who is going to return to the bot again, so that is a greet returning user, and some extra flows where you want to have a human takeover. So now, I think Rahul, when you have a bank, right? So you have some basic functions that the bank would be giving you. So
Right.
let's start creating the main menu where I'll just list down what different functions this bot would be having. So I can go about representing that with the general nodes that we have. So we have this plethora of nodes which you can use to convey your message to the user. It is with messaging, sending options, having graphic cards created, sending images, audio, and video as the multimedia options that we provide. You can also create and submit forms. And there are much more nodes that we'll be exploring as and when we go about building the bot.
That's right. We've built the whole platform to make it as interactive for the customer as possible. So, there are nodes, and there are different nodes like a send carousel, for example. As you can see, Drishti is making a carousel out of, so you have options to add in different cards, as in to show different options which are available. You can add in images. There are GIFs that are available that you can add onto the various cards, and, add in various buttons. So the whole goal is to make the whole journey very interactive for the customer and the end user. So it's not very boring, just text, it's very interactive, and that kind of holds the customer in and makes it very interesting for him as well.
Yes, so I'll just add some basic functions like somebody who wants to open an account with the bank, inquire about what policies that they provide, or submit an application form, just as an example. So I'll just add a button, and that would be the carousel options that we provide. Now, I guess now what we have is these three different functions. So like I said, one function can be a particular path in the bot. So opening an account is a different function that a bot would do or the bank would do. So I'll just click on this plus button, which is for opening an account, and I'll trigger a different path. So I'll just create a new path which would say create an account. That is saved. Now, as you can see, here is the path created, and let's start building the account creation path. So here, the first question that anybody in the bank would ask is, which account would you like to create? It can be savings or current account, right?
That's right.
Account would you create? And I'll just have options like savings account or current account and save. So this will come as two options which the user would want to select as one. Now, if somebody is coming to the bot and asking for account creation, so somebody at the back end of the bank of the bot should be able to see who is coming and then communicate to them maybe later or have an agent talk to them immediately. So let's start with asking about users' details, something like their name and their phone number so that the agents can contact them even later. So let's
Right,
start
guys.
with,
This is the request user data node, and this is one of the most important nodes we have here. This node helps to kind of gather information about the person who is there on the chatbot. So it can range from the names, for example, in this case, their customer names, their bank details, and so you can actually show them the relevant information which matches to their details that they have put in. And you can also store all these details onto different Google Sheets and other integrations, and that's available on Engati too. It's pretty simple, as you can see, just typing in, and saving it, and there you have it right there on your chatbot. There you
so
go.
for now, I will ask these two mandatory details, which would make it easy for anybody contacting the user, just with a name to address so that it does not look very robotic. So yeah, coming to that now, suppose we have asked for these numbers, and now what I would do is give an option for the user that if they want to download the application form, or maybe they want to clarify some details regarding what offers the bank would provide or something of that sort. So let's start again with the send message with options, where I would just ask the user to select either of them, talk to an agent, right? Or download the application form with it. So now when somebody wants to talk to an agent, we should allow them to connect to somebody who is online on this portal. So
That's
what
correct.
we'll do is we'll just trigger live chat. You can create different categories for different functions that the bot would be having. So you can create categories for account opening or maybe for checking balance. If you have different categories in the bank, so you can add them here as well. For now, I will just select the default category, and that's about the basic flow that I wanted to create, Rahul. So
All right. I think that was pretty simple, and a couple of clicks and a couple of typing in, and you have a chatbot. So, hey, Drishti, but I have a doubt over here.
yeah.
So, what if, let's say, I'm a customer and I come to your banking bot, and I'm pretty, I don't know much about banking, so I'll be asking a lot of questions. So, in that case, how do we answer these questions for our customers on the chatbot?
Yeah, so what we have is something called a smart response, that whenever these questions are not created or not answered in the conversational flows that you have built, so what you can do is you can add these FAQs in the bot, just like you said, the frequently asked questions. So you can add the question something around um, what are the details about savings account. Suppose this is a query, and you can add query variations around these, and you can trigger a path if you have created one, or you can just enter the message that you would want to convey to the user.
That's pretty simple. But hey, here's another question.
Yep.
All right. So, what if I don't have the question answer format for my bank and I have these huge paragraphs full of data and information? So, in that case, how do the customers kind of leverage their questions and get responses for them?
Yeah, well, that's a fair ask. Like, not everybody has everything compiled in a question answer format.
That's
It
right.
might be just brochures and brochures containing meaningful information about processes that the users should be going about. So that is why what we have is the DocuSense feature that we have recently launched, which is the advanced enterprise or cognitive search, which allows you to upload these PDF format, paragraph format documents, and then the bot would smartly match with the data entered and will show you relevant matches around it. So let's go about uploading one such document. And this should answer your question, Rahul.
Okay. All right. That's something very new, and this DocuSense actually sounds like a very ideal son my parents would want. Just load in information that it could learn on its own and just give right answers all the time during exams. I wish I could be like that.
That's perfect. That's exactly what a chatbot is. Like whatever answers you feed in, and it learns itself. So perfect. Yeah, yeah. Even
That's
my
right.
parents would want that.
I know, right?
So I guess we have created a basic conversational flow, and now we can go about deploying the bot on WhatsApp. So we can go to the deploy section right here on the portal, where you will be able to see the multiple platforms that are available for your bot to deploy. So you can just build it once and deploy across all the channels that are available.
That's right, guys. Make sure you don't miss out on any of the channels your customers are present on, because that's where a great customer service comes into play, where you are available at the platform your customers are. So Engati definitely gives you a lot of options, as you can see on the screen, ranging from Messenger, Slack, Teams, and a lot of them. So today is WhatsApp day, so let's go and build one on WhatsApp.
Definitely. So as you click on WhatsApp, you will be asked for which provider that you want to create. So we'll go with the native provider that we have. So now that we have for WhatsApp, there will also be a WhatsApp portal that you need to log into. So there are some details that you have to enter on the platform to integrate with your WhatsApp bot. So first thing is the WhatsApp approved business number, the phone number that would be required, so that you can enter it right here. And the next three requirements are the API key, SID, and the client URL, which you can get from the WhatsApp portal. And I'll just guide you on how you can go about entering those.
I think that would be great, Drishti.
Okay, so as you have logged into the portal, you can go to the channels, select WhatsApp. Now go to the configurations part. And here you will be able to see the numbers. So numbers added under your account. So suppose for now, I'll just copy this phone number, and please remove any special characters and make sure you add your country code, that is 91 for us. So the first requirement is now completed, and the next three, which is required. So you can navigate to the developer section. Here you will be able to see the API keys that you have generated previously, or if not, you can generate a new API key, which is the button right here, and then you can just copy this key from here and paste it on the portal. Now we come down to the last two requirements that is required. Oh, requirement required, yeah. So this is the SID, which you can just copy, and the client URL. So the client URL is required because it should be knowing where these messages should be going. And need to copy the identifier so that it knows that this is the particular user for which the bot is deployed, the WhatsApp number user. And as the communication mode is messages, we add messages. There is one more step that we have to tell, that we have to configure in this channel that which bot that we are deploying. So let me take a step back in configurations. where you can see the portal. You can see the URL here as well. So you can just, the incoming URL, which you can just copy from here and paste it on the portal right here and click on send. So that's about how you can go on integrating WhatsApp with your bot. And here you can just click on save and WhatsApp details saved successfully. And that's the bot created.
That was super easy, I must say. And also, guys, if you have any queries about all the steps that you saw, we have extensive, user guides on the website engati.com, so you can go and refer to that. And that was pretty easy, actually. A couple of prerequisites, and all of them sounded very difficult, but it turned out to be pretty simple, I must say.
Yeah, well, also you were talking about I'm a slow builder. What did that sound like?
My bad. I give up. But yeah, that was pretty quick too, right? And for a banking bot to be built that easily and that quickly, that's magic. And that's what Engati gives you, pure magic. All right. So I think should we go on for and I think we have some questions popping in. Let's see. We have one from Jatin Sachdeva. Jatin asks, can this bot be linked with Google Forms? Drishti, would you like to help Jatin here?
Yeah, so if I would like to know the use case, so if it is something like where you would want to store data or if you would want to pull data from there, so if you know, there is something called as when you link the Google Forms with Google Sheets. So whichever data is entered in the forms, it gets entered in the Google Sheets, and you can retrieve all that data from the Google Sheets using the native integration that we provide. And yeah, well, you can go about integrating with Google Forms.
Right. There you have it. There you have your answer is there. Jatin, hope that helps. We have another question by Peter. Peter asks, do you offer bot building help? We definitely do. Drishti, would you like to elaborate on that?
Yes, definitely. We provide bot building help and hand holding for any customers that would like us to go about building the bot.
There you have it. You have all the other questions. We have one more question by Shubham Sawant, and Shubham says, ma'am, as WeChat is not available, that is, it's banned here in India, so how can we go around that?
If required, you can, of course, go about deploying the bot, but the usage part is something that needs to be figured out. Like if you want to use WeChat in India, that might be a hindrance, but you can go about deploying the bot definitely.
All right, we have one more question that popped up by Jay Patel, and Jay asks us, if a customer comes through on the live chat, can they be contacted through WhatsApp by agent?
Yes, definitely. So when you provide the live chat option on the portal, when they are coming in from any channels, be it website, be it WhatsApp, be it Facebook Messenger, so the agent can respond to all those users simultaneously, or I can say they can receive requests from all these users and can respond accordingly. So that is definitely possible.
So there you have it. You have your answer there. Okay, we have more questions coming in. Question by Christine. Drishti, is what makes Engati better than other platforms?
Yeah, well, so first thing I would like to say is that easily you can go about building the bot. As you have seen, it's just drag and drop UI features. Similarly, there are multiple integrations, native integrations that we provide. Just like Jatin asked for Google Forms, you can go about integrating with Google Sheets. You can schedule an appointment using the Google Calendar. We have native integrations with Zapier and Salesforce, and Zapier has around, I guess, many apps that you would want to integrate with, covering almost all popular CRMs. We have native integration with Salesforce. We also have options where you can send email from the bot. You can send SMS via the bot. And am I missing anything? Of course, the DocuSense feature that we have recently launched, which can help enterprises with not creating FAQs all over again and just upload the document that we have. And we are releasing features every week and every month. So there's also something exciting coming next month, which we would love to share with you guys. So stay tuned for those updates. But I think that's what makes Engati the best.
Hey, my favorite part is the amazing drag and drop feature. It's just simply so fun. Drag and drop it, and there you have your own chatbot coming in. We have questions popping in again, and there's one from Emily. Emily asks us, how does the UI work on WhatsApp?
Yeah, so I will go about showing the demo, and you will be able to see how the bot message notes come in. So, yeah, I will.
Yep. That will be answered to you, Emily, shortly. We have another one from David. David asks us, how many languages can I build the bot in?
Yeah, so we have the extensive multilingual feature in the bot where you can have access to 50 plus languages, which covers almost all the popular languages in the world. That includes Spanish, German, Dutch, any other languages, Italian, Spanish. So you can go about integrating those with the single bot that you have created.
That's right. Truly multilingual, truly global. That's Engati for you. And I think it's about time we show them the magic of Engati. Rishi, what say? You want to show them how the bot works?
Yeah, definitely. So I will reshare
All
my
right, let's go
screen.
forward for that. But keep popping your questions in, guys. We will be answering them shortly after we show you how the bot really works. So anything regarding the procedure, anything other questions you have will be answered to you shortly once we just showcase the WhatsApp chatbot working live for you on
Yeah.
Engati.
So as you can see, it is welcoming me and showing me the carousel options that I had created in the menu. So now I will go ahead with opening the account. So as you can see, those carousels are displayed that way. If there are any images added, so the image will be displayed, and then a button, the button that is there, which is yes, that would be displayed below that image. So that is how the format would work like. So let's go about selecting the first. So I do not have to type the whole button name. I can just type the number. So which account would you like to create? So I'll go ahead with savings. Please enter your name. Okay. This Rishi. Please enter your phone number. So along when you deploy it on WhatsApp, you have this catch where you can capture the user's phone number directly on the bot itself when you are deploying. So you might not have to explicitly ask for a phone number. So that you can avoid. So I'll just enter a dummy phone number for now. And now if I want to talk to an agent, then I can go about doing that. And if I want to download the application form, then you can add those nodes and have it done. So yeah, that's
There you have
about.
it, guys. I mean, it's pretty responsive. If you see, the moment she's typing in, it's pretty quick and very responsive. And just as we showed the bot building, you can see the different questions that we entered are, right there present on the chatbot. And that's how, as you can see on the screen, Drishti is answering it live as a live agent. So that is taken care of too on Engati. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, no coding, nothing. And we have more questions coming into Drishti, and there's one by Tiona. Tiona asks us, how do I upload FAQs? And you'd want to mention about DocuSense again, Drishti, because that technology just blew me away. That's something very new and magical. Would you like to share that?
Definitely. So when it comes to uploading FAQ, so in the question answers format itself, in the smart response section, you can manually add questions, or you can upload the questions in a .csv format, and you can add that to the bot. And coming with the DocuSense feature is just uploading any PDF file that you will be having in a particular size limit that we have. And you can add that to the bot, and the bot will then find responses accordingly and show the paragraphs which you would want to search from the entire document, which I will demonstrate again. So, considering that this user's query was solved, so I will just mark this chat as resolved so that the end user can go back to interacting with the bot, right? And here
That's
it will
right.
just say, thank you for your support and patience. Now, suppose I would want to know about filing a claim from the PDF that I have uploaded. So it will just search through that and it will tell me the responses that I would search directly from the PDF. So it is just saying that I found 5 results, right? So it might be something around filing a claim this way. So that's about the DocuSense technology, which can help you search from the documents pretty easily.
That's right, guys. Think about it. Huge, big PDFs. You don't need to like surf through the entire thing, breaking your head anymore. All you have to do is get your Engati chatbot, have DocuSense. The technology is right there, and just typing, and it automatically on its own, with its intelligence, matches it with stuff on the document itself and displays all the results. So makes your job 10x easier, I guess. And that's some brilliant technology. And I must say, I'm pretty blown away by this one in particular. So there you have it, guys. The WhatsApp chatbot is right there in front of you, and we have demonstrated. It's pretty simple to build and pretty easy. So there you have it. And any other queries, if you have, just reach out to contact@engati.com. We'll be right there. We are very active there, and we will reach out to you very immediately and get all your queries solved. So I think there you have it. This is amazing. Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us to this evening. And as you can see in the chat section below, we have dropped the email. You can also drop your email IDs if you would want us to reach out to you. So you can drop your email IDs in the chat section and we will do it almost immediately.
That's right, guys. And also don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. That's the Engati Chatbot platform. You'll find this whole webinar and the other two that we conducted right there. The entire video will be available. So just in case you're going to take a chill pill and watch the videos and one by one, you can go and do that. And a huge thank you to Davidaverncom for attending today and giving us his time. The insights was amazing and some pretty great information there. Drishti, what do you think?
Yeah. He has graced the webinar with his presence. And I guess thank you so much for giving us your valuable time, David.
That's right. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much, very importantly, for spending this time with us. And it's been amazing. And we love doing this. This is what we are really passionate about, giving A1 customer service to people right there. And especially with that's how we designed Engati too. It's the customer in the center. And that's what's very important for today. And thank you so much again. The YouTube link is there in the chat section too. So you can go and get yourself subscribed. And you will not regret. We have some great tech leaders coming in and talking about various technological stuff there too. And also again, reach out to us at contact@engati.com for any other help or any other assistance you need regarding chatbots and bot building. We also provide bot building facilities with us. So holler at us and we'll take care of you completely. Drishti, over to you.
Yeah, I guess I would just agree with what Rahul has said and hope this webinar has helped you. And yeah, that's it.
Well, all right. So I think that's about it. We are Rahul and Drishti signing off for today's webinar. We'll see you around for the next one. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thanks, David.
Thank you so much. Thank you, David.